Jason Vita with Richmond Athletics. I'm here with Grant Golden, now officially returning for his senior season after testing the NBA draft waters. Grant, can you tell us what did that whole NBA draft kind of evaluation process involve?
To be honest with you, it was pretty slow. Nothing really happened. Unfortunately, the coronavirus sort of eliminated that process for a lot of people. They weren't able to have workouts, which is something that we were looking forward to and hoping that we would get the opportunity to do. And we were hoping to be able to get some feedback, but like I said, just because of the coronavirus, not a lot of that happened. I was lucky enough to know some people personally through my high school coaches and stuff like that. So I was able to talk to a couple guys and get on the phone with them. And they were able to give me some feedback and stuff like that. So I was truly lucky to be able to have those opportunities. And hopefully just take that information and work on what I need to do and hopefully just get better. So
what are you gonna, enhance about your game based on this process?
Obviously a big thing was being able to shoot the ball better, especially from three, being able to stretch the floor. It's so important, especially in the NBA, the way that they're playing nowadays, for the big man to be able to stretch the floor. Obviously, I haven't shot the three as well as I'd like to, and as well as they would like me to. So that was a big thing. And just being more consistent and being able to score with my left hand. I go over my left shoulder to score with my right hand almost every time. And so being able to go back to that left hand and go over that right shoulder was a big thing that they talked about.
So after hearing from the scouts, kind of why was coming back to Richmond the right choice for you?
I had planned on coming back from the beginning. I felt like that was sort of going to be the path for me no matter what. And just hearing them say those things and sort of getting some of that feedback is just something that I wanted to not only better myself and try and get better to take the next step and go to the next level, but being the best player I can possibly be for my last year at Richmond. Obviously, all those things that I can work on that they talked about will make me the best possible player at my last year in Richmond, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Hard turn here. That's kind of what you've been up to the last month. Obviously, nationally, there's been a ton of things going on. On May 30th, you put out a statement supporting the Black Lives Matter protests and saying you couldn't be silent anymore. Why did you decide to speak out?
I think the biggest thing, when we had a team Zoom meeting the other day, and I think, what Nate said was super important. Regardless whether we think so or not, and how big we think our platform is or isn't, we are Division I athletes, and we do have some sort of a platform, no matter where it's at. And there's a bunch of younger kids that look up to us, all follow us on social media and everything like that. So I think, to come out with something on social media and, express how I felt about the situation and, sort of make a statement, like you said, about the injustices that are going on in our country at this time. I think it was just the right thing to do. And I think it's something that we all need to do. I said in the statement, for us, especially as, the unaffected majority as white people, to stay silent, that's part of the problem. So I just felt like it was my place to step up and say something.
What has been the reaction to that?
Obviously, all good reactions. I talked to a couple of my teammates about it and everything like that. And I think, some of them were very appreciative of that. But I think, like I said, it's important for all of us to speak up, and mainly it's important for all of us to educate ourselves and sort of learn about these situations and how they started and the systematic racism that's gone in this country for a long time. And, to have that understanding and sort of be able to speak about these things is just a small way that, as white people, we can sort of help and use our platforms to sort of bring bring attention to the movement and the situations going on in our country.
You talked about educating yourself and kind of continuing to speak out. Is that the plan moving forward? Are there other things that you can do, that the team can do?
Yeah, for sure. I think we talked about a bunch of different things on our team Zoom call. I personally have been doing a lot of reading, reading a lot of stuff online, reading some books and stuff like that. And trying to actively be a part of the solution. I know Mark McGonigal talked a lot about some of the things that we can try and do going into the school year next year, whether it's getting to organizations or programs or whatever it may be in the city of Richmond that are trying to help this cause. And he, sort of made it a point of emphasis that he wanted to try and do those things. And he needed, us to hold him accountable and make sure that we're trying to push for us to do those things. So I think, coming up here, whenever we get back to school, you'll see a lot of us, trying to go to some of those things downtown, interact with some of those programs, and like I said, just be part of the solution.
You mentioned kind of when you get back to campus, what does the rest of your summer look like? Because we don't know when you're getting back to campus. What does the rest of your summer look like if it's in Winchester? Are you working out? I know your brother's home with you as well.
Yeah. I think the goal or the plan for us is to try and come back in the middle of July. So as of right now, it looks like I have at least another month here at home. And I'm lucky enough to where our high school coach has a gym that he can get access to in Arlington, which is about an hour from us. And then a guy that we work out with in Winchester just opened up the gym. Actually, yesterday, we just went and worked out with him for the first time yesterday. So we're going to have some gym access here, which we haven't had as of late. And lifting and running and stuff like that, we've sort of just been doing on our own. We have a couple weights in our basement and everything. So I'll definitely be able to do some stuff. And I'm supposed to get a call here from TJ Klein here in the next day or two. Might be making a trip out to Texas. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Whenever you do get back to Richmond and to campus, what's the first thing you're doing when you get back to campus? What do you miss?
Probably, I don't know if it's open or not, but I'll probably make a trip to Libby Market. I've been missing some of their food. So
what are you going to go with there? What's your order?
Just a custom sandwich with some whatever soup they have that day. Whatever it is, they're all good. So I'm going to get one of those soups that they have.
All right, man. Well, wishing you back in Richmond and at Libby Market sooner rather than later, all right?
Definitely. I appreciate it.
All right.